How's everyone? Welcome back to SoccerBeat. We are talking Sundowns. We've just watched Mamelodi Sundowns away to Stellenbosch at DHL Stadium, and they've walked away with a 1-0 win. Could have been a lot more. Could have been a lot more goals in it actually from both ends. Kermit, a former Mamelodi Sundowns player, here with me. Somebody who actually knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Kermit, what did you make of that game? Cardoso's first league game in charge and 3 points in the bag.
I mean, it was a great turnout of football today at the stadium. The weather looked great. The conditions of the pitch looked a bit dry and a bit heavy. But the game overall seems to be a good test for the new coach of Sundowns. A 1-0 win, small margin, but the win is a win. Nevertheless, great chances from both teams. I mean, it could have gone either way. But yeah, I think the first half was good, very entertaining. I think Iki could have had a hat-trick just like Ribeiro could have. Some great chances in the first 5 minutes maybe. De Jong had a great chance just after Iki scored. Ribeiro had a chance where he tried to chip. I think he tried to hit it with the outside of his left foot so it would curl in with the chip, so it would curl in the inside of the post and maybe it would have gone in. But I mean that the runs were good in behind the defense, and Stellenbosch was a bit shaky in the first 15-20 minutes, but I think with the confidence they've built to believe in themselves, to play the way that they know how to play, they created some good chances. The second half was good as well, but I'll let you give your take on the first half as well.
Yeah, I thought it was just first off was very calm. I mean, he had them really well structured. They dominated most of the game. It was only really that the young chance that you were talking about where Stellenbosch actually looked a threat, but they looked very calm at the back. Causa, for me, looks very, very good at the back. For a young boy, very calm on the ball, very calm performance. And then second half, just a lot of chaos, very open.
Sure.
And you would think that they would maybe look to be a more structured game, keep the ball, especially with the 1-0 win or 1-0 lead rather. And it just was, even the bench was getting chaotic. I think he got a yellow card. The team was a little bit all over the show. Obviously, there was a lot of guys that are coming back from injury as well, that were struggling the last 20 minutes. A lot of guys going down with cramp as well. Reshuffling. I think one of the guys, he subbed him on, he subbed him off again. So it's like there's just a lot of chaos.
But taken off in the first nail.
Yeah, obviously Allende going off in the first 20 minutes and Tebs are not being there today as well. Obas really had to step up. But yeah, the midfield wasn't as, especially second half, there was a lot more.
But I think the structure changed a little bit. They played with a more in defense with a 4-1-4-1, where they try to be patient in how they press the ball to save a bit of energy. And when they won the ball, they would create more, open up the game and try and find passes in between the lines. But like we spoke about earlier, I mean, Cody Sang, how good is he?
Oh man, that pass, how's that assist? If he is a striker and you're running in behind and that ball lands on a plate for you, how are you feeling after that?
I mean, the pass made the goal easy. I think we don't appreciate the pass more, and we should do that a bit more in this country, man. I mean, an assist is just as good as a goal, and I think the assist was beautiful today with the outside of the foot, perfect weight of the pass, perfect timing of the run, and just a touch to lure the keeper out. A tempting ball for the keeper to come out, but I mean, Iki was so quick, he just touched it around Sage, and the compose just to put it in the roof. No chance for the defender. They try to block it on the line, try to cover the line for the keeper.
Yeah, but speak a little bit about that, Kermit, because I mean, I know I certainly am not calm when I'm in the box. I mean, Iki, when he's there, look, ice in the veins, goes around the keeper there, doesn't panic, waits for them to slide, and then just lifts it over them. I mean, that's a skill that not a lot of people have, and as much as you want to train that calmness in the box,
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about just telling yourself to take a breather. It's almost like breathing, literally breathing in and out while you're doing it. And if you can have that moment, a second of composedness, it will make you make better decisions. I mean, not only in finishing the chance that you create, but also the final pass. If you have the composure to make the final pass with the right weight, because everything is calculated. So if you're aware of your surroundings, the execution of what you're trying to calculate, it would come off perfectly.
Yeah. This speaks again to Sundowns squad strength again. If we just look at the amount of players that he rotated today, and obviously this was his first game. He's obviously trying to get a feeling for the squad, what he actually has in his whole squad, because definitely wasn't necessarily his first team squad
100%.
that he would have. The Sundowns 11 that you think would be the best 11. He's definitely played around with a couple things there to see what's available, and still they get over the line, 1-0 win, go top of the log again. Yeah, the depth at Sundowns just scary. Yeah.
And I mean, Onyango also coming back after such a long time, made some brilliant saves. I mean, glass is permanent, I guess.
Oh, man. I mean, 39 years old, 11 league titles. And yeah, whenever they need him, there he is. I think there was that header in the first
I think
half,
it's
or the beginning of the second half. De Jong has that header. He's there
for
to
sure.
save that. And then there's
David.
that massive save at the end as well.
Oh my goodness, what a save.
keep
I
him in
think
the
it's
game.
his nose that scares the strikers, man. He's got one big ass nose. Just, you know. Put fears in the strikers' eyes when they see that nose, especially from a cross. You know, when you have to hit the ball 1-on-1, it's a bit different. You can at least look at him and decide. But from a corner, you're scared he might clatter you because he's a big boy. I mean, he's a big grown man, not a boy anymore.
Okay, guys, let's go to an ad break. We'll be back in a couple.
Hey, Tawala.
All right, here we go.
Ko betweng ba tshepela hore o tshwantse o betjhe ka tsela e nepahetseng ka nako e nngwe ho tlamehile hore o ikhule hanyane ka nako tse ding
O ska leka go busha tše di lahlegilego. Nakusasa kuse olunye usuku.
Dlala ngokusemandleni wakho.
Ge o tlhoka thušo re gona.
hopola bet responsibly.
We are back, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to SoccerBeat. Hit the bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of our videos when they go live. Kermit, we chatted a lot about Sundowns. They obviously got the 3 points tonight, but Steve Barker and Stellenbosch could be a little bit disappointed with that. Obviously, a home game for them if they want to challenge the big boys. I mean, these are the games that got to get some points, I think.
For sure.
What did you make of Ashley Cupido struggling a bit at the moment? What advice could you give to someone like that? He's obviously just joined a new club. Struggling to find his feet, hasn't really hit the back of the net as much as came for the big price tag as well. Tough.
I mean, you have a player like De Jong that his interplay with the team is quite good. I mean, his link-up play is very, very good as a striker and as a number 10. And maybe he's not an out-and-out striker, but he brings a lot in helping the team play and creating chances from the midfield to the attackers if he's not playing the target man. And I think he can learn a lot from De Jong. You know, I mean, as football is today as a striker, you have to be able to get to the final third in order for you to finish off the action, you know. You're not playing in a team like Sundowns where you can just wait for the final action to finish the action as a striker. So a lot of the other teams requires a striker that's comfortable on the ball. And I think it's just working on those things at training. And I think the more comfortable you are at training, the more comfortable you'll be in the game. And as time goes, you'll see the improvement.
Yeah, I think that is one thing. If you trying to, like, he's not going to fit in directly the way that Iki was playing up front for Stellenbosch, because Iki, you could bring him into as a target man. He's very good at holding up the ball, bringing 100%. Players into it. And if you're going to play Ashley in the very same role, that's not really the type of player is. Ashley is a player that wants to run in behind. I compare him a lot to Darwin Núñez, someone who's like got rapid pace, very good when the ball's in front of him, but fire it into his feet, not his specialty.
But I think that could be worked on, man. I mean, it just requires a bit of extra training to achieve that, and being comfortable playing with your back to the game. I mean, not a lot of players can do that. It requires a lot of scanning, you got to be paranoid, especially playing in those, but more paranoid for being kicked from behind. Because I mean, if you have that paranoia, then the chance of you being free is higher, because nobody wants to be kicked from behind, especially a player like Kosa, for example, or, you know, an aggressive defender that could maybe injure you. So it's about just knowing your spaces and trying to operate in those spaces. And
but can you train that? Because I mean, we were training together recently, and when I play against you, it feels like you got like eyes in the back of your head. Like when I'm trying to come in from behind, I think I'm going to get a tackle in here, and you've already seen it. You roll the ball or you take a small touch. I mean, is that something you can train, or is that something that's just like it's just in you? Because it feels like people that play in that 10 role, people who are comfortable playing with their back to the opponent, like there's a massive skill in that, and I feel it's not natural to everybody.
I mean, to a degree, it's not natural. I mean, everything is repetition, and I've been doing this since I was 12 years old, 10, 12 years old. So having done that for so many years, I mean, I'm bound to master the way of scanning, or master the moments of scanning, or freeing myself up in certain moments where the defender might think he has me in his pocket, but just a pre-action, a movement, a double movement, and then I'm free, because no defender is going to stand still when the striker's moving. The defender's got to move. Whether I run in the back, whether I come short, he's going to move. Especially if I'm a meter from him. So if I run in his back, he's got to follow me. If I come to the ball, he's going to follow me. So I always do the opposite of what I want. If I want the ball in the space, I come short. When he follows me, I change my direction, and I'm in. So he's still got to turn to do all those things. So it's always about thinking what you want in advance. So you got to give them the bait, and I don't care who you are, you're going to bite. Because nobody wants to be sold the space in front nor behind as a defender. So for me, it's always about being unpredictable as an athlete, as a footballer. You don't have to be a striker per se, but I mean, if we all have that, all the attacking players have that element of surprise in their arsenal to be unpredictable in those moments. I mean, you look at South Africa when the national team also plays in the interplay. I mean, it's so beautiful to watch. Those passes look sometimes better than the Brazilian national team.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask you about, obviously with Khorisang coming back from Europe, there's a lot of people that say, oh, but why did you come back from Europe? Or you should have stayed there. Like, you're ruining your career coming back to Sundowns, sitting on the bench. As somebody who did the exact same thing, went to Europe, had a good go of it there, and then came back to South Africa to some of the bigger clubs and made a success of it. Like, what do you have to say to the guys that are saying, like, it's a mistake for him to come back here to South Africa?
I mean, for an athlete, it's always about playing currently, and no footballer is happy not playing, no matter where you are, whether you're outside of the country or in the country. And I think where your chances of playing are higher is where you want to be. It's not about the money. I don't think it's about the money. It's just about relevancy. I mean, he's still 25 years old. He's still got a hell of a career ahead of him. And if he doesn't play now, then when is he going to play? And I'm sure that's one of the reasons why he made the decision to come back. He's a very good player, and I've just seen him recently now. I don't know, he's one of the youngest players to play in the PSL, one of the top 3 youngest players behind Siwatla, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, that speaks volumes. And who says he can't go back to Europe? It's always about current form. You can't make a transfer in Europe to another club if you haven't played in recent seasons. I mean, that's how it works. They look at stats, and if you haven't played, there's no stats to look at. So there's no team to sign for. And fortunately for him, he's back now doing his thing. And if he has a good season with good stats, I mean, Europe could be open for him again. Why not? They know about him for sure already. So it's just about putting the numbers on the board, and he's got the ability, he's got the potential to achieve that. You saw that today. I mean, anything's possible, especially in a team like Sundowns.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's also whether your desire is to stay in Europe, because I mean, maybe you can speak to this, but it's not necessarily that playing in Europe, especially the smaller leagues, if you say Scandinavia and Belgium, etc., like, good chance you could be earning better money at Sundowns.
For sure, 100%. I mean, not like I said, it's not always about the money. I mean, South African teams pay better than a lot of Scandinavian countries. I mean, a lot of the smaller European countries. It's always about opportunity. I mean, you can base on an opportunity. You can take an opportunity based on just getting the chance to play, and from there you make a better transfer. So it's not always about the money. And I think him coming back was probably on the notion of making a bigger step up. You know, I mean, he's at a club that people look at. Scouts will definitely have to looking into a team like Sundowns in the country for sure, because we bring in a lot of awareness. Ronwen just won some awards at the CAF. I mean, there's a lot of eyes on the country now, so to bring a lot of potential for scouts to come and have a look at what we're producing back home.
Yeah, and we're also starting to reach that territory now where it's like AFCON's around the corner, and then straight after AFCON, then we got World Cup. And there's a good chance, I mean, the way we're playing at the moment, that we're going to qualify for the next World Cup, and obviously have a very successful AFCON,
I mean,
hopefully.
It's a great time to be South African, don't you think?
Yeah. So these guys, like, you just want to be in the eye line of Hugo Broos now, and 100%. Get yourself on the map, because I mean, you could be in that group that goes to the World Cup or goes to AFCON. So a lot of players will be wanting to put up their hands now, and maybe Kurisang is one of them, and that's maybe also why he thought, let me come back, let me get
100%.
myself in front of the
and
coach
that's
again.
that's
and
those
see.
are the things. Those are the things that the people don't know players look at. I mean, you make a conscious decision. You look at all elements of what you're trying to achieve for your career, for yourself. Like you said, the AFCON's around the corner, the World Cup, and you cannot be selected for the national team if you're not playing. And that's the most important thing. No matter where you're playing, with the fact that you're playing at the highest level in the country you're playing in, that already qualifies you to be part of the national team, for the coach to have a look at you. And if those things are not happening, then what are you doing staying in Europe, not playing? You can fight all you want, but if you're not playing, it's always about playing, man. To give yourself a fair chance.
Quick one before we go, Kermit. Obviously, we've seen 2 games from Cardoso so far. One in the Champions League, one in the league. Just first impressions. Do you think this is something that can work? Have you picked up anything that you like?
I like the fact that obviously he has to give everybody a chance and to see what would be his preferred lineup. And some of the players obviously that hasn't played, like your Teboho Mokoena, he obviously knows Ronwen because he's been away now with the awards. But I mean, it's been a good 2 games. I mean, you get 2 wins, 3 points in each competition, top of the log in the league. You know, I mean, it's not easy, especially against a team like Stellenbosch. And I think Stellenbosch gave them a run for their money. But his defensive structure in how he approached the game is pretty decent. I think it's not as high pressed as the previous coaches. It's more of an organized structure in moments where you got to press and try to maintain the energy of the team more than anything, especially with when having possession with the forward runs of your eights. Because I saw Modiba making a number of runs in the far post, and that seemed to be one of the key aspects in the game. But other than that, it's been a good team. I mean, you know, Sundowns for playing good football, there wasn't much to really change. It was just about what he's comfortable in, and how he understands his players. And these 2 games were just to see that.
Yeah, sometimes I think at these top clubs with top players, a lot of the time you just got to give them like a framework to work within and just create a good environment. Because a lot of the time, quality players will make the right decisions in the right moments, and they don't need a lot of coaching. They just need someone who gives them a basic structure to work within. And you put Rayners in the right position, you put Ribeiro in the right position, and all their creativity and all their brilliance will come through. So a lot of the time, I think like people overcomplicate it by saying like we need this coach and this tactical. Is like literally you've got the best players in the league. That's no one argues that you have the best squad in the league. Just find a structure and make the players happy, make them work together well, and they'll take care of the rest.
And you could see like he's playing now with 1 holding and 2 free roaming midfielders in Modiba and Allende when Allende was on the field. They were just rotating the whole time, to a point where Obas was driving through the middle with the ball in the chance that Modiba hit the crossbar. It was great to see also that he's got the ability to drive through the middle, you know, almost like a Rodri vibe to it.
Yeah. No, give these guys freedom and you'll see, and they'll enjoy themselves. And you'll.
And I'm sure Portuguese coach,
my Sundowns fans will enjoy it as well. I'm sure.
100%. And the Portuguese coach is always passionate about football. I mean, you've seen he's animated on the bench all the time, the whole, if not all the whole game. He loves the game. I'm sure he expresses that to the players. Even when Mkolisi came on, I think was it Spieter? He literally put his arms around them to try and give them information. And that's something you don't really see much. And to give players that comfort to know that, you know, you believe in them and he wants X, Y, and Z for those 5-6 minutes. Something that you give with everything you got when you get on the field.
Yeah. My Sundowns fans, Talking Sundowns, thanks for joining us again, guys. Please let us know in the comments what you make of the first 2 games of Cardoso's reign. And do you think that Sundowns will go on and win it again this season? Or Pirates going to push them close? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us again, guys. Kermit, thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
To have you again. Yeah.
See you next
We'll
time.
chat to you guys soon.
The Carling Black Label Cup is here to put the power back in your hands. Fagugesi at the Carling Cup on 21 December at Orlando Stadium. Buy a Carling Black Label and vote for your Carling All-Stars. T's and C's apply. South Africa, be sharp. Not for persons under the age of 18.
SoccerBeat, what's